Hey guys, sorry to make you wait, keep you waiting here. I actually don't know where this is on the internet yet. We're gonna go find them just a second. Which one is a bad one? Which is a new one? Must be this one. Okay. Take two. Okay. Okay.
Hi guys.
That works. Now we're live. We're actually live.
Okay. Oh really?
So I go back to Twitter and retweet this.
Okay.
But it works.
Cool.
We're live actually right now, so watch what you say. Watch what you say. Hold on. Okay, live now.
Oh no.
Take two.
Yay.
With text. Okay, and I'll just text in Tokyo, and please retweet this. I'll cut the end. I'll cut the beginning and when I re-upload.
Yes.
And okay, there's a link. I just tweeted the link.
Live already, good.
I've already just had to be safe.
Okay. So in that case, you tweeted the link. Okay.
I just tweeted the new link. I'll edit this in post a little bit later. Let's see if that works. The new link that I tweeted. Yeah, Texas in Tokyo. Sorry.
Put the new link in the video information on the other one because everyone's in there waiting for it to start.
Okay. Can I do that?
Yep.
Texan in Tokyo, take two, go live now. Okay.
Oh, shoot. Did I do the right one?
This is good. Usually it takes us most of the episode to get rid of everyone, but we managed to do it right in the beginning.
Yay.
Yay us.
Good for us. Super progress.
Okay, new link here. Boom, boom.
Is that working? Okay. I think we're okay.
And FB.
I'm now trying to find that.
Watch.
Texan in Tokyo, take two. Yeah, okay. And that's
that's this one.
5 people watching. We got one person. We got one thumb down already. Okay.
Yay.
Yeah.
Go us.
Wow, it usually
Hiko, can you write in the comments, check the description for the new link, and reload and check the description.
Yeah, I already did that.
Okay.
So.
And I've done that, so we're fine. Okay. Let's give people a second to come in. I like your hat, Grace. Tell us about your hat.
Thank you. This I got from my husband. I don't know where he got it from, and I don't know why he gave it to me. But it's a monkey. Woo.
I don't think there's anything racist about that at all.
That's what I was worried about.
Honey, wear this. It's a monkey hat. Don't ask questions.
We don't really have any other funny hats. Babe, can I wear this? Okay, wait. What if I do a poop hat instead? Is that less racist accidentally?
No.
I can have a poop.
Now you're a stinky gaijin. I love stinky gaijin.
Yeah, look at me.
The poop hat thing's actually becoming a bit of a fashion trend.
There was a poop museum thingy in Tokyo a couple months ago, and of course we went there. You could like slide down a huge toilet, and it was really fun-ish. We were like the oldest people there without kids.
Just to be clear, it wasn't a real toilet, right? It was like for sliding.
It was a slide shaped like a toilet. You got to put on a giant poop hat and slide down there like you were a piece of poop.
You know, that would be really interesting because if you did that in Japan and Australia, and I know we're just talking about how much you want to go to Australia, I wonder if the poop would slide down in a different, rotation if they set up the same demonstration in Australia.
Yeah, they have to do it the other way around.
I think I'd have to do it the other way around. That's how the thing works. I swear I learned something like that in school.
So the point is that they're inviting you to simulate the act of becoming a poop.
Yes.
That's nice.
Yeah, exactly. Actually,
that's nice.
That one's it.
Where is that?
But
don't tell us about it.
It was. Wait, I gotta fix my hair. I gotta make my poop hat look better. Okay. It was. It was kind of near Odaiba. It was one of those rotating exhibit things, and they have like toilets of the world and imagine your future toilet and all sorts of wonderful things.
Your toilet.
By the way, I have to compliment Grace. She's obviously done her research on the level of conversation in this show before coming on. So I'm glad we just got straight to the point, didn't we? That's pretty cool.
do my research.
There are still 37 people in the other room.
Oh no!
I put up an abandoned ship message.
I put one too.
Okay.
Abandoned ship is kind of vague. It doesn't help. Everybody abandoned ship.
Just take a hint. Take a hint.
I put up my 2.5 Oyajis shirt.
I have to spell it out for them.
Oh no! Don't take off your clothes on camera. Or can you put it on over the...
You got to pay extra for that, honey. All right. It's 37 still.
Seriously, before you had that picture on the screen when you were taking your pants off, and I would have actually almost preferred the pants being off than having to look at that photo.
It was such a horrible photo.
In a positive way.
It was a horrible.
Well, you're gonna have to watch that photo again because that's our new intro. You actually made the beat for that, right?
I made the music for it, and Ben Duncan made the magic.
I thought he was trolling us.
I think he probably was, but it was still...
I recognize his name, and he's a good guy, but then I saw that and I thought, what the hell is this?
No,
okay. You look really clear today, Hiko.
No, thank you. Thank you.
Always really
must
good.
be my makeup.
Yeah, is it acne? From acne medicine?
I actually have
it's all clearing up and stuff.
Yeah, no, it's lanolin, actually.
All right, before we start today, we're going to start off with a new song, which I'm going to now play for everyone. So please get excited. Here we go. Ready?
I'm excited.
Ready? I'm going to play the song, and after the song is over, this is the Ben Duncan. Thank you, Ben Duncan. Do we have a link? I'll put the link in the description later. Ben Duncan made this using Hiko Simon's beat, and of course my beautiful voice, and our luscious eyes. Here we go. Take it away, Ben.
I can't hear anything.
I can't hear anything either.
In spite of having carried out 3 failed technical tests, we've lied.
Jeez, that's actually true.
How many years have we been doing this now? You have to tell me. How many years have we been doing this? It wouldn't be the same unless you told me to turn my speakers on. Turn your fucking speakers on. Losers. I've got more sex than you want. I'm Victor Bojo. You can come and find me. We can try something to kill me. But I did 50 push-ups yesterday, and I did push-ups in 2 weeks. I'm like, oh, kick your ass. Listen, oh, shizzle. First Hispanic ever came to Japan. I'm the man in town. I will talk shit to your face. Yeah. Losers in Japan? Who wants to deal with guys, right? Losers in Japan? You're gonna fucking die loser or it doesn't matter what the fuck you do. This has gone on far too long. I actually have to stop. It's awkward. Stop streaming. Oh, there's an iPhone mistake. 68. I just have to okay. What is this? I'm not sure I want to stop streaming.
Okay, there we go.
And that is a great demonstration of why any theme song for any show should be 6 seconds or less.
Exactly. But thank you, Ben Duncan. That was interesting.
That was interesting.
How's your constipation? Better? That help you? No? Everybody?
Are you talking to anyone specifically?
Well, welcome to another 2.5 Oyajis. Today is February, what is it, the 10th, 11th, and today is Foundation Day.
National Foundation Day.
Yeah.
National Foundation Day. So I went out and had some foundations, stroked them, make sure they were all...
The flags to celebrate.
Kicked them, the foundation.
Great way to celebrate. Wonderful.
You're obviously more into the holiday than most of us. I like
I
like the spirit.
Sat at home, didn't do anything.
Awesome. That is awesome.
And finally, we got most of our audience over. 2 people left in the other room. Sorry about the screw up at the beginning of the show. That's of course just because it always happens.
Well, actually, the fact that song is me telling you to get your shit together and the fuck ups. It was kind of perfect. It was predictive of the show, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
It really
was almost
applied.
spooky. It was almost spooky.
And we are live now. Let me see.
All over
We have 92 people watching. Welcome, everyone.
Oh, hi.
Today's guest is TexaninTokyo. Her name is not Take-Two. This is our second attempt at this. Thank you for joining us. I hope I can say your real name, Grace, on air right now. Too late.
Yes. Oh, totally fine.
You
Yeah.
cannot call her Grace.
Should I call you Texan?
To use my other name. You can call me Texan or Grace. Either is okay.
I like Texan.
Or
Texan sounds cool.
I like Texan. It makes me feel like I can't mess with you.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with
stuff like that.
Have you ever heard of a guy called Propaganda Buster?
Nope. Sorry.
Thank God. I was afraid he was your uncle or something.
Well, the thing is, it's funny because he's like, they call him Texas Daddy, Texas Oyaji. He's like a right-wing idol in Japan. He's this middle-aged American who makes all these videos very supportive of very nationalist viewpoints that Japanese people.
Oh, wonderful.
But he's migrated to Texas from Brooklyn, so he's got a Brooklyn accent, but he's in Texas. But whatever, But he actually did the Don't Mess with Texas, and he actually just pulled a revolver out of his pants once when he was actually explaining the Japanese way no one messes with Texas. It was so good.
No, don't enforce Texan stereotypes. No.
Really?
Hey, Texan stereotypes are way better than New Zealand stereotypes. Believe me, you're doing.
What are New Zealand stereotypes?
Like sheep
and
look at his hat.
That's it, right?
Bend down your hat. Show your hat a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Bend down and show my hat. I'm not even
like
comfortable
it applies.
with any of that phrasing. So
look at his hat.
Yeah. Well, it's Year of the Sheep. It's our year. It's awesome.
Yeah. Yay.
Actually,
when I had every 12 years, you can go for that.
Oh, look at this. New.
Dude, don't click on anything because you'll break it.
Please don't break it again.
On this. Did you guys hear about this?
Victor, it's locked on you. Everyone's complaining that it's locked on you. They don't want to see you.
Okay, here we go.
Oh.
Is that better?
Whoa, what was that?
The new effect. I told you the new effects. See?
Are you glittering? You like a little fairy? What?
Whoa.
That's so cool.
Did you say he looks a little fairy?
I'm
he looks like a little fairy.
Yeah,
he
does.
Like a little sparkly.
I really get that. You look like a little fairy. Look at this. You're the one who said you didn't want Texans to be,
Hey, don't mess with Texan.
Yeah, don't mess with us. We're crazy.
Auto adjustment? Okay, here we go. Okay, that's better, huh? How about that? A little interesting? Anyway, okay.
Interesting is the right word.
Welcome, Grace. Hiko, would you like to introduce our guest properly?
Jesus. It's 52 minutes past. We're 22 minutes into the show. Let's introduce the person who's been sitting here with a poop on her head the whole time.
Yeah.
Grace.
I could go to the monkey again if that's not offensive to people.
That's okay.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Yes,
no, so,
continue.
Great. Grace is awesome. That's all you guys need to know. Show's over.
It's true, actually. That's 100% true.
Let's discuss all the things that you do other than English teaching, because that's like none of us. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
I like your cartoon about the English teaching people, how they always explain the 10 other things that they're doing first.
And then English teaching comes last. It's like the way to pay the bills. I actually, as of next week, I'm no longer teaching English. Just
you can.
Yay! What do? I freelance. I write blog posts. I write for magazines, mostly about Tokyo.
Yep.
I ghostwrite for blogs, but I can't tell you those blogs because it's ghostwriting.
So you like haunted house stories?
Yes, that's exactly what I write. What else do I do? I make YouTube videos recently, and I publish comic books. I published a comic book. Shameless self-promotion. It's called My Japanese Husband.
My Japanese husband is hot in bed. No, what does it say? I can't. Oh, she's frozen. Do it again. Hold it up again.
Oh, okay.
Is he dead? Did you kill him?
He's asleep. He was gonna join in, and then he fell asleep.
That's awesome.
Hey, hon. Oh, he's really out.
He really fell asleep.
Oh man, I would ask what you put in his coffee. So you've already published one comic book, and you've got another one coming out next week, right?
Shouldn't you say like
coming out in 5 days.
Graphic novel? You call it comic?
Let it speak.
Sure.
I'm trying to give you information.
Let's call it a graphic novel.
Yeah.
It is about my life in Tokyo. It is comics think that's what it is. Yeah, comics, and there's some text in there. So this one's explaining like pregnancy badges. Those are fun. The little badges that women can wear to show that they're pregnant when they're not showing, kind of like on the train, so that people know to give them their seats.
I've never heard of that.
I tried as a social experiment putting that on myself once, but it didn't work.
Oh my goodness! You should do a video of that. I'm so curious.
My wife was pregnant forever, and never heard that at all. But
seriously, they have posters in the subway station all the time. Like you can just
go. She doesn't take the subway. Drives or takes the bus. So.
Oh, okay. But I mean, you can also get the seat in the bus.
Yeah, totally for the bus. Just even for the bus.
Bus is pretty empty. We're in Nagoya. We don't have the kind of pressure you guys have, with the.
Tokyo's crazy.
I have to tell you, I'm a bit hurt though.
Oh no!
I'm a bit hurt.
He fell over.
Oh.
No one has commented on the fact that I shaved and got a haircut today.
I was actually.
Dude, a bunch of people have commented. I'm reading the comments right now. They're
okay. Well, I forgive everyone then. Okay. But I have to warn you all. Let me just plug my own thing. I got a video of this, and this is my best haircut video, and it outdoes all my haircut videos in the past, which you might think is nothing, but wait till you see my haircut video. You will be shocked. So when that haircut video comes out, you got to go watch it to the end. You will be shocked. It is epic. No one has ever done this kind of haircut video. I won't say any more, but I just got to tell you that. Back to Grace.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Expectations pretty low.
How can I
buy my book? Oh, you can buy it on Amazon.
Amazon.jp or .com?
Both. The first book is on JP and .com. I get more money if you order it on .com, but whatever floats your boat. And then the second one is pre-ordering only on Amazon.com, and then once it's released, I can add it to JP. But .jp is just being mean to me right now, and that's okay.
So this is Kindle edition and paper, or what are the editions?
Well, the title is "I Killed My Crazy Japanese Husband." What is it called? My Japanese husband thinks I'm crazy.
He loves me. My Japanese husband thinks I'm crazy.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna buy the paperback.
That is said Japanese husband.
But I want it signed. And I'm giving away free copies of the Kindle, whatever you want to call it, Kindle ebooks, whatever, are downloading for free from the 16th to the 20th of both books on Amazon.com. What? Why are we doing that? Are you crazy?
Just because I want a lot of people to read it. I mean, I give away everything for free on my blog anyways.
Your title says "My Japanese Husband Thinks I'm Crazy."
The title of the book. My publisher thinks I'm crazy. That can be a third book.
YouTube.
I don't have a publisher.
Of course.
I'm self-publishing.
Of course.
So,
how do you do that?
Tell us about that.
I was going to find a publisher, but I didn't really feel like dealing with that. And so I looked online. It's not too difficult to self-publish. If you use CreateSpace, you just upload the files. I designed my own cover, outsourced editing to a lot of my friends and paid them like minimum wage. And then, I just control everything. And it's really easy.
Yeah. You have to be careful, though, because your friends have to be able to speak English to be able to edit the text properly.
Dude, one of my friends is like legit at it. She didn't do my first book, but she did my second book, and now she's going through and finishing up the first book. Like, she is incredible. It's crazy.
A pro editor is such a big difference, and this is one of the things I think. Do you know by McNeil, Loco in Yokohama? Oh, he's good.
Oh yeah, no, I read that book. Like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Before I got married.
Right there.
Yeah, that's the one. That's an awesome book, and you can kind of see
it's a good book.
Yeah, the editor really did a lot around that as well. Like you can sort of see the value of
It's impressive because when he first wrote that, it was basically just pencil drawings, and he did a really good job.
Cool.
Someone just filled all the words.
Stick figures, and.
So comics. I want to ask you about the comics. You just draw them on paper, or how do you draw them for a start?
I actually do. Wait. Oh, I have my sketchbook right here. This was totally not on purpose.
Got a really good video about the drawings, actually.
Okay, cool. Yeah, here we go. This is one I drew today.
Yeah.
Yosuke was reading this book. You guys definitely can't see it. I sketched a little bit with pencil first, and then I do regular pen. This pen, actually.
Pencil first and then pen.
Yeah, not all the way with pencil. I maybe sketch for pencil about 5 minutes just to figure out where the characters and the speech bubblers are going to go and make sure all the words fit, and then I just pen it over.
Well, it looks sharp. I mean, it looks cool. That's obviously what you pay for.
There's like 300 comics in. Yes, I love stupid questions.
That's the only kind I do, actually, but I'm good at them.
Okay.
So when I was a boy growing up reading comic books, I always noticed that they had a penciler and an inker.
Yes.
Right? So what exactly... It always seemed ridiculous to me that they'd have two people doing basically the same job with just a different, one person with a pen. Yeah. What's the difference then? What is there any skill in the second?
Probably pay scale, like the inker gets more money than the penciler, or the other way around. I don't know.
Really? It seems like the penciler does all the heavy lifting.
Yeah, I don't know. I know that there's different types of pens, and then there's the whole like copy scale thing that you have to cut out and paste and that I just don't even touch because I'm lazy, and that seems like a lot of work. So I'm really not the person you should talk to about professional comicking. It's really low budget.
Okay, it looks totally good enough. It looks legit enough. So, and I'm kind of interested in the digital age when you're putting this on Gaijin Chat.
Oh, sorry about that.
What is happening?
Sorry, I touched something.
No, you're gonna break it again. Don't break it again. We finally got this working.
I'm just clicking stuff randomly.
The Yamanote line rule: keep both your hands where everyone can see them, because you never know what you're going to be accused of.
Okay.
You never know, and stuff happens. Okay.
Hey, Rachel and Jenna here. Good to see you.
Yeah. She said hi to me. She loves me. Okay, sorry.
Lucky you. So okay, you draw it on the sketchpad, and what do you do from there? How do you digitize that? Because it always looks really sharp and digitized.
For the first book, I took pictures on my husband's iPhone, and we had a cam scanner app that was for free.
I was literally going to joke. So you just snap with your iPhone?
No, now I have a scanner. They were having a sale at Big Camera, and I got one for like $50. So I have a legit scanner now, 600 DPI, like legit. I've gone legit, guys. This is really
600?
$50 or 600 DPI.
Yeah.
Like, Victor, do you have a beard now? Are you still touching stuff? Like, don't break it.
Both your hands where we can see them. Seriously.
He's stroking his fake beard. I'm sorry.
Yeah, stop stroking yourself, Victor. Seriously, I'm not even comfortable watching you stroke all that hair. So
I'm just jealous. I'll make you feel better here.
Break mine. You could draw one on. No, never mind.
Have you been drawing since before you came to Japan? I mean, you've got a bit of a knack for it, obviously. Is that something you've always done? Or?
I took art classes when I was in elementary school, and I drew paintings of scenery. No, I started drawing on our honeymoon when we were in Peru because I neglected. We ended up going on honeymoon for about 2 months since he didn't have a job, I didn't have a job, and we thought, why not? And I ran out of blog posts because I was blogging back then, and so I just started, I had a journal that I was going to turn into blog posts, and so I started drawing comics about our time in Peru. Victor, I like your beard. So I was taking pictures of them with his iPhone and putting them up on my blog because I couldn't do anything else, and people liked those more than the posts I was writing, which was cool but also kind of depressing, and so
it's kind of complicated. Also, I don't know. I mean, it's great that you had such a long honeymoon, but I also think you worry a little bit about the honeymoon when the product of it is that you took up drawing comics.
Well, there's lots of other stuff going on as well.
Well, she got sick. Did you see her blog? She had a really interesting blog about being sick. In fact, that's what I want to ask you. Why were you in Peru for 2 months on purpose, or because you were sick?
Oh my gosh. No, we did a week in Vegas, week in New Orleans, week in Florida, and then we went to Peru. We were going to do Peru, Bolivia, Brazil, and then maybe get to Argentina, backpacking, hardcore thing.
Even hearing that itinerary leading up until Peru, it's like you were trying to get sick.
It's really fun.
I know.
Las Vegas is crazy. Oh my gosh.
Las Vegas, New Orleans, Florida, Peru, seriously.
Yeah. Probably I had it coming. No, our fourth day in Peru, I had my appendix removed.
Oh, I've had that. That's not fun.
I was
So I couldn't quite tell from your blog if you actually have you had appendicitis or something.
I had amoebas, and then there was a parasite that latched on to my appendix, and I also had a stomach, bladder, and intestine infection. I don't know if this is TMI for everyone, but when they treated the first thing, because when they got me to the hospital, I had about 104 fever, 104, 105. So they had to give me stuff to kill the fever right away, and that made the parasite mad, so it latched onto my appendix and infected that. And so that had to get removed as it was bloating. I actually have a picture of it because the doctor let Ryosuke take a picture of my appendix. I don't know why. I don't think anybody wants to see it, but I know how to do a screen share if people do. Like, I don't know.
I'm okay.
Hands up. Anybody want to see my appendix?
My appendix.
Seriously, the poop on your head is about the limit of my tolerance.
Yeah, we're doing okay with the poop on your head, so.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So that was my. Oh, so then we stayed in Peru for like a week. They let us took the ambulance all around the city, gave me hospital scrubs, like turned on the lights and everything so we could skip traffic, and took me to all the highlights of Cusco. And then the doctor wrote a note and let me change my flight. So I went back to Texas for the remainder of our honeymoon, and that was our honeymoon story. Yay!
I always wondered if you could actually get a note like that, you know?
Yes, you're not supposed to tell them you got surgery, so I'm not going to tell you what hospital so my doctor doesn't get in trouble. He wrote a note saying I was sick, but not that I had surgery, because if you get surgery, apparently you're not supposed to fly within 2 weeks. I don't know these rules. So he said I was sick, but it wasn't contagious.
No.
And that apparently worked. He was a nice dude.
It's easy when it comes to money, though.
Yeah.
You can bribe anyone to do anything.
Ryosuke bribed him with a smile. He's such a charmer. Like, he was just
I'm
super
completely
nice to do.
serious. I mean, I was born in Peru, and I've been there like a dozen times. And yeah, you can bribe anybody to do anything. It's really bad. Even doctors don't actually make that much.
With verification, a Japanese smile is good currency there, so that's pretty handy for the future.
You do like Japanese, it's true. And in Machu Picchu, it's full of Japanese people.
Yeah, I was so surprised. People were like coming up to us and saying konnichiwa and stuff. Like, they could tell he was Japanese and not any other variety of Asian. That was cool.
Because it's so expensive that it's harder for Chinese or Koreans to get out there. Currency.
By the way, I keep pointing here because my husband's asleep on the couch. Like, I'm not just pointing at random things. Hi everyone, it's Ryosuke.
And don't worry, he is alive. He is alive. Nobody called the cops. There's nothing to see here.
You should paint his face.
He's still
You should make a video where you paint his face and then wake up and get his reaction.
Oh, I've totally done that to him so many times. It's really sad, actually. He sleeps like a log. It's kind of like the only thing that'll wake him up is his phone alarm. Where's his phone? No,
I don't like that.
Oh, Ben Duncan has joined us. He's the one who did the music in the beginning of the show. Ben, thank you. Welcome to 2.5 Oyajis. We appreciate your song.
So Grace, there's so many things I want to ask you or talk about with you, and we've already we lost the first 20 minutes on technical issues. But
yes.
So the thing is, Victor and I, and honestly speaking, most of the dudes, most of the gringos, the extranjeros, that the guys that we meet here tend to end up with Japanese wives. It's not an uncommon thing.
Yes. Yeah.
And I've got lots of Japanese dude friends, and they always come up to you and they say, "Can you please introduce me to white women?" And you did a post about this as well. and I'm always like, I really like to help you, but it's awkward. It's awkward, right? You have the women who want to meet Japanese guys, but the Japanese guys are all too shy by these very outward-going, larger than life women.
Yeah.
Or you have the angry women who are just here and they're single and they're better that all the foreign guys that they're interested in are dating Japanese girls, and they just become angry at everybody and they leave. So I always try to advocate like Japanese guys. I always say, when in Rome, you should do Romans, come here and explore.
I'm not sure that's quite how the saying goes, but sure.
Like
okay.
I abbreviate. But so I don't know. You met. I found this out today. I saw your video in Japanese about how you crazy cats met in Philadelphia.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
steamy college romance.
And you have to forgive the curiosity thing, because the thing is that there's a lot of stereotypes about men who date Asian girls and stuff like that. That of course happens all back in New Zealand, and I'm sure in America, whatever as well. and I'm sure there's kind of you can't help be a bit of curiosity. So tell me a little bit about, was Ryosuke the first Japanese guy or Asian guy you dated, or was there an interest in dating a Japanese guy, or did he just happen to be a cool dude who was there, or how was that?
Actually, I've never done a video about this before, so this is exciting. Yes, he's the first Asian guy I've dated. I did high school for a year in Ghana, and then high school for a year in Hokkaido in Japan, and then my last 2 years in Texas. So, and the boarding school I went to was like a math and sciencey thing, so it was like 40% Indian, 50% Asian, like 10% white.
You have to be careful when you're traveling to go to school in Texas. They don't all take their vaccinations there, so you have to be extra careful.
Yeah, you know, you don't want to bring anything to any of these
Ghana and Japan, they all take their shots, but in America they're crazy. Yeah. It's not safe.
I have so many shots from all this traveling. It's crazy, and I still get sick. So somebody do something about that.
That's so cool that you went to high school in Ghana. That's like the coolest.
Yeah, I want to hear. What do your parents do? They're missionaries, or?
My mother is the associate provost of Ashesi University, which, as far as I know, is the only liberal arts university in West Africa, and my father is a professor there.
That's awesome.
Yay!
How safe is Ghana?
They're awesome.
I've thought about Africa, but I always feel like it's really unsafe.
Of the countries in West Africa, I could be wrong. It's under my impression that Ghana is one of the safest or safer ones.
Pretty well
we really didn't have any problems. I was like a teenager, so I had problems of like guys physically like picking me up and being like, "You're gonna marry my son," put me on the shoulder, run off, kind of thing. Hence the reason I went to boarding school in Japan and then Texas. But my younger sister and my older brother never had any problems. So. Yeah.
So you were in Ghana, and your parents decided to send you to boarding school in Hokkaido.
I applied to boarding school in Hokkaido and a couple other countries, and then I told them I was going to boarding school. And then they let me. So, yay, cool parents.
Boarding school by yourself?
Yes. I got malaria twice and food poisoning. I was like in the hospital all the time. I was not having a good time, and I was like, I'm going to die if I stay here. So,
wow.
We're going to try something new. I don't know about all types. I have a type that yes, so I can't really give blood because it's still in my system or something like that. I don't know. It's one of the questions they ask me when I try to give blood. Yeah. So yes, it's still my blood.
Okay. So why Hokkaido? Why did you pick? I mean, you could have done the Kim Jong-un thing and gone to Switzerland or something like that. Why Hokkaido?
Why Hokkaido? Because I love snow.
I'm sorry.
I went to Switzerland. I read that somewhere. Yeah. I liked the idea of snow because I was from Texas and it doesn't really snow there. And we went skiing every year, like other places. And in Ghana, it's like Japanese summer year-round. And so I was like, let's apply to like England and Germany and Nordic countries. And this one in Hokkaido International School, English-speaking, they gave me an awesome scholarship, and it was like boarding, like 10 students were in boarding, and I was like, oh, okay, let's go there. This will be fun. So that was kind of, I was like 13, 14. I was just like, Japan, that's Pokemon, right? That sounds fun. Like,
an awesome scholarship? Why would they give you a scholarship? I don't understand that.
I think they wanted more international kids.
Why would they want Americans? Why would they help you? I don't understand.
In my class, I was the only American. Well, there was another American. But
there are heaps of scholarships to go on high school exchanges to Japan. I got friends, Alistair, the guy who made that, that video series that's awesome that I was plugging the Henna Gaijin. He went on a high school exchange to Japan for a year.
Oh, cool.
There's dozens of scholarships. If you're in high school, there's dozens of ways to do it. It's really common.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's awesome that you got one. It's awesome that you were in your situation and you thought of coming to Japan. But so you didn't know a lot about Japan. It just seemed interesting. But for 13, 14 years,
I was like
that together, that's really cool.
I got malaria a lot. Like that's
scary. Malaria helps. Okay.
Hold on. You got malaria where though? Where did you get malaria?
Ghana, right?
A mosquito bit me, and 2 weeks later I got malaria.
In what country?
That's what happened. Ghana.
In Ghana. Okay. And then after that, you went to Hokkaido.
Yeah.
So
yes, for a year.
Okay, to be totally clear, you did not date any Japanese guys the whole time you were in Hokkaido?
No, I dated another American, but there was like a rule with no dating within the dorm, and so...
He was 13 years old!
Dated like a month. Well, it was like a cute little. It was my first boyfriend.
Boyfriends, girlfriends. You can.
So we dated, and then we broke up, and then he dated my roommate, and they both got kicked out because they were dating and they weren't supposed
That's
to.
awkward.
What a man whore. Jesus.
No, they were so cute together. You don't understand. He was like much better with her. He never was with me. No hard feelings there, at all.
Yeah, most of my exes are better with other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my husband's best with me. Woohoo! No, so I never dated. In high school, I sort of dated a guy who's a lot older, who was like African, and then another guy who's from Mexico.
Yeah.
So, and then I guess I dated another American.
Yeah.
But
at 13.
no, he was the first. No, those
high school.
like 16, 17.
I mean, I don't know how. I don't know it's possible to be that busy in 1 year in Hokkaido.
There wasn't a lot going on at all.
Okay, so you went back to Texas after Hokkaido, finished high school, went to university in Philadelphia, and met Ryosuke?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I met him. He actually helped me move in the first day of my sophomore year of college.
Wow.
He fell in love, or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, he's. And I was the first white girl he ever dated, or first non-Japanese girl he ever dated, I guess.
Yeah. So that's pretty. I mean, you know, and even in situations where there's reference, it's still tough culturally. I remember, geez, I was at university when I dated a Japanese girl for like, who I lived with for like four or 5 years.
Ooh. Oh, dang.
Kind of a similar situation to that. And she was like totally fluent in English, and it was all kind of cool. But that was still really, really difficult. There were so many kind of situations where the culture thing just created so much tension.
My gosh. Yeah.
Especially in university. I remember the first one the first really devastating one was Christmas. The first Christmas that we spent together, because for me, Christmas is get all the lonely guys together, get all the Japanese who are away from their families, and try to turn it into a big family thing. We all had a big dinner, and everyone's smiling and friendly and happy, and then everyone left, and then I almost got like murdered. It's like, how could you ruin Christmas by having other people over? And I'm like, wait a minute. What vacation are you talking about? I didn't get it, and she didn't get that I didn't get it. But, you know, I don't know, I had so many episodes like that, where, you know, no matter how hard you try.
Shame on you for not automatically knowing about another culture.
In a different country. This was in New Zealand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought it was a bit hard.
Whoa! That's icing on the cake.
I thought that was a bit hard. You know, maybe I'll be
for celebrating Christmas properly in your own country.
But point being, even with the best of intentions, and even with the language and with everything, you know, you still set up for a lot of things that shit's just going to happen, right? So, I mean, how is it dating a Japanese guy in America?
Well, I got off extremely lucky because two of his best friends were friends with me first. Like, I'd known them since my freshman year. So his, like, gym buddy and then his best friend and his roommate. I met him because I was good friends with his roommate. Like, they all knew me. And so when we were having problems, like, they kind of explained to him why I was right. No, I'm kidding. They were there to kind of, like, explain this is what America is, and might be why she's feeling upset, because a lot of them had girlfriends or, like, understood how women's minds work.
A small example?
I can give you two examples because they're both different and they're both short. One was to his friends, he never talked about a relationship because it's my understanding that Japanese people are kind of very private about their relationship, and so they don't really talk through their problems. And so one of his friends actually asked me, like, hey, is everything okay with your relationship? Like, he doesn't really talk about you a lot. And so we kind of talked that through, like, it's okay to talk to your friends about the person you're dating, and maybe it kind of hurts my feelings if you never talk about us at all. Like, if we're hanging out in a group and you don't put your arm around me or you don't show affection, that kind of feels like you're snuffing me out a little bit. And then there's another one. A girl in his class asked him to a dinner and movies, and then she said she'd pay for it. And so he came back and he was so excited, and he was like, oh my gosh, like, I'm going to go see this cool movie, and she's going to pay. And I was just like, that's a date? And no, you're not. Like, so I had to explain, like, in America, that's kind of like a date, and please don't do that. That would make me sad.
And how did he react to that?
He was like, oh, that's a date? Really? I was like, yeah, that's a date. And so he's like, oh, okay.
Did you explain to him that he's expected to put out at the end? For a movie and dinner, you're expected to put out for a guy.
I want to clarify.
We probably talked about that.
It's not a date unless she shaves her legs before she goes out.
What about him?
That's a criteria that I've heard before.
What about him? He doesn't have to shave his legs. Boy has like no leg hair. It's ridiculous.
It's all the tofu. It's all the tofu. I mean, honestly,
I eat tofu too.
Like that.
Freaking! Oh my gosh, so much hair.
Meanwhile, my little son is a monkey. Is that normal? Because he's really hairy.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much normal.
Babies are born with hair. I don't know why people know that. They have like hair on their face and everything.
Yeah, they're little monkeys.
Crazy.
Seriously, people looked at my son's head of hair and they looked at me and they said, "Are you sure?"
Oh, funny story about hair. My husband went to onsen with my dad recently because my dad was here for Oshogatsu. Yeah. And my dad has like hair on his neck, hair on his knuckles, like long, black, thick hair. Mm-hmm. And when they were done, my husband just walked up to me and he was like, "So much hair. So much hair." I was like, yeah, it's bad. Because it's like hairy American, whatever thing, hair face. I don't know.
Luckily,
I guess it wasn't as funny as I thought.
You did not get that gene, hopefully.
No, that's right.
Hopefully, yeah. No, I can't see. I don't have a beard, so I think that one missed me.
That's good. The Bulgarian weightlifting gene. That's good.
What's the other example you had?
Those were two. One was the date and then the talking about.
What was it too?
Pay attention, dude. She said doubles.
Not talking about relationship.
Oh, okay.
And that's two.
Well, I didn't really consider that one with him, but okay, I got you.
Okay, yeah. And there's just a bunch like that. Fun stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty much. And honestly speaking, these things are prone to happen even in people from the same cultural background. But yes, they are definitely exacerbated.
And I think one of the awesome things about dating someone from an outside culture is we get to look at both of our cultures and decide which parts we want to keep of each and like make a super culture. So if there's bits about American culture I don't like, we can just toss that aside and take the Japanese way and vice versa. So that's fun.
It is fun.
What would you toss out of the Japanese culture? Just to get a little bit edgy here. What part of the Japanese culture would you
troublemaker?
Oh no. People dislike this. I'm trying to stir up trouble, make people hate me for no reason.
I would get rid of omiyage. No more omiyage. I'm completely against omiyage.
But they're so yummy. I like it when people give them to me, but I don't want to give them to other people. I like that.
The kaishi. I'll give you omiyage.
I would probably like to get rid of I like the group culture, but also I really hate it when I go out to drink with friends or eat with friends, and a lot of my friends won't. Like, if we're going to a yakiniku place, they won't order the meat they want. They're just like, oh, whatever you want. Like, I don't want people to be as, like, all about me is America, but I don't want to be like, oh, whatever's fine with you guys, because I have meats that I like, and I'm going to order them and eat them. And
I do it. I order them.
For doing that. Well, you're a boy, so it's, like,
unless they're paying.
Stress for you.
Well, actually, even if they're paying. Yeah.
But it was like a tabe hodai thing where we only had 2 hours to eat, and so like people were just being polite and like not ordering. I'm like, guys, we only have 10 more minutes. Like, order your meat. Order your meat.
We only have 2 hours. Make a decision.
Oh, my poop's slipping. My poop is slipping. Sorry.
It's slipping. Poop does that.
When you're 65 years old, no, when you're 75 years old, I'll be worried about that.
Yeah.
My poop slipping?
Oh, my poop's slipping. Tell us about your books and how that.
My books. Oh wait, how it started?
Apart from
this is my book. It is called "My Japanese Husband Thinks I'm Crazy."
This is the first one.
I have a Japanese husband. Yes, this is the first one. The second one, it's coming out in 5 days, and the proofs still haven't arrived. But that's how self-publishing is. Yay!
Yeah.
It is comics
really good.
And blog posts. Mm-hmm. This one is about, annoying questions people ask me because I'm married to an Asian dude.
Yeah. Can I hear that? Let's hear that one now, because I started asking that basically just before. Okay, give us a preview.
No, this one was interracial. 7 questions interracial couples are tired of hearing, which actually got picked up by Huffington Post, and they interviewed me like a year ago.
Wow, cool, very cool.
It was such a bad interview. That was my first time being interviewed, and it's just painful.
Was that
okay, number 1.
Was that a video interview?
Number 1.
Yes. Don't look for it. Please don't look for it. How does your family feel about your partner's race? And that's a little antidote. 2, you're dating. Insert race or ethnicity. Aren't you worried about insert country or ethnic stereotype here? So like, just people's stupid stereotypes.
Aren't you worried that he's like a
number 3, which we get this one a lot. Yeah, aren't you worried your children?
You're dating a New Zealander. Aren't you worried about the sheep?
I'm sorry.
Number 3. But think about the children. Aren't you worried they'll be bullied? Which maybe that's just like a.
People say it.
I don't like that question.
No, I don't like it at all.
Number 4. Yeah. Do you only date insert ethnic group? Which, like, you only date Asians. I get that a lot.
I practically asked that before, didn't I?
No,
once you're married, it's kind of a stupid question.
A little different.
Yeah.
Oh, number 5, which you also experienced. Can you help me find insert race or ethnicity, boyfriend or girlfriend?
Cool. Yeah, that happens.
One's fun.
Yeah.
Number 6. Don't you get frustrated not being able to express yourself in your own language if you're dating someone who speaks a different language? And number 7. Do people stare at you when you go on dates? Do people stare at you? I get that a lot. I don't know why.
The irony of that is that people in I felt eyes on me more in New Zealand, in multi-ethnic New Zealand, than I ever do in Japan.
Really?
It's a lot. I'm pointing to Ryosuke again, asleep on the couch. People in Texas, for whatever reason, think he's Hispanic, and so people often say like "hola" or start speaking to him in Spanish because he has like this cowboy hat that he likes to wear, and so you can't really tell. And so people don't really stare at all in Texas, but in like Japan, they kind of stare because like his parents live in Ibaraki, and that's very Inaka. So.
Ibaraki's cool. Well, that's alright. But actually, so you mentioned what? See, he was in America studying like making muscle, right? Not that I can demonstrate. But there is a thing as well. Like Japanese people ethnically, well, the people who migrated into North America 10,000 years ago migrated through, like the Alaska thing close to Japan.
Bering Strait?
Yes.
The Bering Strait?
Yeah, the Bering Strait. The people who cross the Bering Strait, you get Native Americans and natives, even South Americans, who look kind of Japanese sometimes. I mean, if people with similar features. And also, they actually traced all the Polynesians, the Hawaiians, the New Zealanders, the Maoris, and so on, all went from kind of Taiwan out through Indonesia out into the Pacific. And so clearly, you go back long enough, there's genetic overlap. And there's a thing with in New Zealand, when I had Japanese friends in New Zealand who played rugby, so they get a bit buff, they put a bit of meat on, and they grow a bit of facial hair and stuff like that. They look a little bit more masculine by local standards, and everyone is sure that they're Maori. They start getting passed off as Pacific Islanders, the Japanese, and they really do look close.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool that you could pass himself off like that. I can't pass myself off for anything.
I think it's really just he's especially tan, and when he wears that cowboy hat, I guess it just kind of like covers the face, and I don't know.
So I could see that.
He also had a really sexy goatee going on for a while. He can't really grow.
Oh yeah.
But
No. So you have a thing for cowboy hats, is that it?
No, my dad gave it to him, and Ryosuke loves my dad, like adores the man. So they have matching cowboy hats, matching jackets, shirts, everything.
Oh, wow, cool. Well, kind of scary, kind of creepy at the same time.
No, if I had a Texan father-in-law and he gave me a hat, I would wear it everywhere, and I'd probably keep a gun inside it as well.
When I brought him home when we were dating for our first Christmas together, like to spend it with my family because we were in college and that was it to do. And so the first day, my dad takes him out back with a shotgun and a rifle and is like threatening him and intimidating him while shooting a gun. And Ryosuke was just like, "Oh, he loves me. He's showing me guns. Like, I'm so excited." And my dad was trying to like be intimidating. Yeah. It went right over his head. He didn't get it at all. And so my dad just gave up and they became friends.
I'm telling you, positivity.
I love that. That's a great story.
But that's so important for people coming to Japan. This is a great cultural lesson from Ryosuke. Just be unfailingly positive in every situation, even if it's a complete ignorance or whatever. You'll get through almost any situation like that.
And it's super sexy too. Positivity.
It's true. It's true. It's appealing. And I'll bet he thought that was the American version of Dad showing the family sword or something.
Yeah.
Being taken up back with a shotgun is not a good sign, but obviously he just put it in a different context, which was great.
Like, so Ryosuke's dad's a cop and has never let Ryosuke play with his gun for obvious reasons. And so Ryosuke was like, "This person is letting me use a gun. Like, he must really trust me and really love me," and something like that. So it probably had something to do with it.
I love that. That's a great story.
You should have done some racial profiling after that in Texas. That would have been cool too. I got a question for you. We have quite an international audience, so I'm sure a lot of people are not going to understand this. Well, this will be educational for many of them. What are some typical, and Hiko, I actually would be very interested to know what you think is typical of Texas stereotypes.
Oh. Because
you are a Texan in Tokyo, so
yeah.
Let's ask Hiko first to see what he knows, because
yeah.
I'm going to offend Grace so much that she's not going to answer anything after that. So I want her to get first.
I've probably heard it before.
No, well, I come from a country where 95% of the TV is from America, so pretty much any kind of stereotype that someone from Los Angeles or New York has of Texan people, I probably have as well.
All right, let's hear this. Poop is slipping again.
Seriously, from me first?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Everything is bigger in Texas, so huge steaks, huge cars, huge hats, 50-gallon hats, or whatever they call those things.
Totally true. Totally true.
Everyone carries guns everywhere. Everyone, or at least you're allowed to carry concealed weapons or something like that. So everyone's somewhere. There's an idea that everyone is armed there.
Right.
And that's.
I think you can't carry them on school grounds, and some shops will have like no concealed weapons allowed inside. But I don't have guns.
The fact you even need a sign. The fact, though, that you even need a sign that in this shop you're not allowed to have a concealed weapon. I mean, that actually scares me more. I would go into that shop and I would never leave. And honestly, what does that mean? That means that you're supposed to walk around with the gun out? I don't know.
Or just maybe like don't bring your weapon in here. None of my friends carry a concealed weapon, so just gonna throw that out there.
They just lay it over the shoulder and walk around? I mean, seriously.
They just don't have guns.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's better. No, that's much better. Because what do you do in a country like that when people walk around with guns? When, I mean, in New Zealand, if someone with a gun comes into a convenience store, you know it's not a good situation. But I guess in Texas you might have to ask.
Are you going to kill everybody, or to steal?
I have never seen someone carrying a gun. Maybe they're like concealing it really well, but I've never seen that happen.
Okay, I'm glad that stereotype is wrong.
Brownsville.
I missed that, Victor. What'd you say?
Have you ever been to
Brownsville? No. No, but I've heard not so nice things about that place. So.
Well, I crossed over from Texas into Mexico through Brownsville, and it is, I think later I read, it is the poorest place in America. It's like a dump. And I saw kids walking across the street naked, or diapers and stuff, barefooted. The roads were all muddy and shit. Yeah, it's a dump. It's almost as bad as, it's worse than Peru, I would say.
Wow.
Many parts of Peru, so
I was surprised.
But yeah, but people were walking around with guns on their holsters. That's the only reason I mentioned it.
Yeah. By the way, I had a dream as a kid of becoming Texan.
My husband has a bumper sticker that says honorary Texan, so we do accept everyone. You just have to, learn the Texas anthem and have a Texas flag everywhere.
My dream was joining the American space program as an astronaut, and I learned that you have to be doing all the training in Houston and Dallas, and that those places have really, really horrible climates.
Yeah. Wait, can I tell another funny?
Yes.
Can I tell a funny thing? Because he's asleep, so he can't. My husband does not believe the moon landing happened. Like, he's convinced that was completely fake, and so I took him to NASA.
Yeah.
And we were the moon landing like got an extra tour, and we're in there, and I turned to him and I'm like, so you still think the moon landing didn't happen? And he's like, shh, they're watching, like, shh, like 100% does not believe the moon landing happened. It is hilarious.
That's amazing.
I'm sorry, honey, he's asleep. He can't even
technically it was it was Texas that put a man on the moon. I'm surprised that he would even deny it after going to NASA. That's right. It's Austin is where they make all the rockets, and Houston's where they train them.
They make the rockets in Austin? I thought they just made music in Austin.
No, Austin, there's a aerospace. Hippies. Yeah, that's
hippies. I had a great time in Austin.
There's a lot of byproducts from the rocket fuel that causes kind of a side effects in the atmosphere, so that might be that.
Oh, is that what we're calling it now? Byproducts from rockets? Okay, sure.
So Grace, educate us. What are some facts about Texas that most people might not know?
Yeah.
Everything is bigger in Texas.
True.
There's some really good beef jerky. My favorite place is it starts with an R. It's this old red. They make it themselves, kind of near Salado, Texas. Has the most delicious beef jerky in the entire state. Oh, baby, you're awake. Hi.
Drag him again. Sorry.
What are other Texas stereotypes that are true? No, I don't know. I mean, there's not so many. There's a lot of people like me who don't really have accents. I don't know if I have an accent. Do I have an accent?
You don't have an accent.
Not really. No.
It's very disappointing.
There are a lot of incredibly educated people, and there's a lot of people who never went to high school and got married at like 16 or 18 or whatever. I mean, you can see both, but especially if you're in the bigger cities, it's kind of just like any other city in America, I guess, except for state pride is ridiculous. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's about it.
And I think the thing is, if I was the New Zealand tourist and I was going into Texas for some reason, I'd just look for the first steak place that I could go to. I just have an image of steak.
It's really good, and it's not terribly expensive.
Yeah, it's a bit like Argentina. In fact, you often hear Argentina is like the Texas of South America, or Queensland is the Texas of Australia, and there's a lot of parallels. You have the kind of the high beef is cheap. they're big land area. They're kind of, There's some Argentinians in the crowd tonight. One of them just dropped out, but I love the Argentinians. It's always nice to see. Well, that's cool. So, and how long have you been in Japan now?
How long have I been in Japan?
3, 4 years. You've been before, so how many times this time?
Let's see. I did a year in Hokkaido, 3 months in Hyogo, and 2.5 years in Tokyo now. How many years is that? It's like 3.5, 4. I can't count anymore. It's too late.
Yeah. You like Tokyo?
Yes-ish. It's too crowded for my taste.
It really is. Me too. I don't know how people don't. I mean, I understand why people kill themselves. Honestly, if you had to take the train every morning. No.
Well, that's the reason I work from home.
If I hated my job and I had to take the train every morning and it was so crowded like that, I think I can understand being depressed.
It's so horrible.
We're actually for the crowded.
Hopefully, yeah.
I mean,
I can't do the crowded.
Yeah.
But I love the countryside.
Okay, you're a country girl.
Country girl.
Yeah, but so you're still adapting to Tokyo then?
Or we might just get out and move to the countryside soon.
Okay, is that an
option?
Not
adapt.
Where would you like to move?
Go somewhere else.
Where would you go?
I like Ibaraki, honestly, and people make fun of me all the time, but like it's a really nice place, peaceful.
I won't stereotype.
It's fun.
Which part of Ibaraki? There's a lot of Ibaraki, right? There's inland Ibaraki, there's coastal, there's north, south. It's very different. Where in Ibaraki are you thinking, if I can ask?
I like the stuff where you can still get into Tokyo within about an hour. You can get into main like Nippori area.
Okay. Yeah. Also like Chibaraki
kind of area.
Yeah. I used to live in Kashiwa, and all my surfing friends were like in Florida and Abiko and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh, I go to Kashiwa all the time.
Yeah.
Small world.
It's kind of a dump, but I lived there for 3 years, and I got a lot of friends from there. Everyone around there surfs, so we'd all go surfing in Ibaraki all the time as well. And there's good surfing there.
Nice.
Is
all
there
right, good to know.
Surfing in Japan?
Surfing.
What's that?
Is there decent surfing in Japan?
There's awesome surfing in Japan. World-class surfing in Japan.
Where?
Everywhere. I mean, but Ibaraki is one of the better places. All Chiba Coast. I mean, everywhere on the Pacific Coast is awesome. I mean, we get the same swells that Hawaii gets here, with the same sort of profile where the ocean gets really deep to really shallow fast, so it gets great waves. Yeah. In fact, the best surfing spot I've ever been to in Japan was Minami Soma, which is about 15 kilometers away from the Daiichi nuclear reactor. But I was camping there, and that was the best surfing I've ever done. Japan has awesome surfing, dude.
Really?
It does.
I thought it paled in comparison to other places, but okay, cool.
No.
Cool.
Tell us, how is your first book different from your second book?
Yeah.
Well, my first book is much more rough, just kind of like I threw it all together in about a month and was like, let's publish a book. This will be fun. I'm sorry. I'm really not good at this. So this one is 150 pages. The second one is 190 pages, so you get more bang for the buck.
It looks pretty thick.
Especially if it's free.
Yeah. Look at all of these pages. They're awesome.
That's awesome.
I don't know. It's a book. It's like if you go to my blog, which is www.howibecame.texan.com or TexaninTokyo.com. They both redirect. It's just, I mean, it's stories about my life. It's comics about stuff that really happens. Like, oh, this time I went to the beach with friends, and I was the only girl who wore a swimsuit because I didn't realize that you're not supposed to wear a swimsuit when you go to the beach. You're just supposed to wear regular clothes and hide out under the umbrella because you don't want to get tan. What is this madness? Sorry.
Yes, that's
I'm
great.
still upset about that. Yeah.
But what I love about it is that these are relatable, for, especially for people who lived in Japan, even for a short time. These situations, even though it's from a female foreign perspective, which is slightly different, I find everything kind of strikes a bit of a tone. And I find whenever you blog, you're good enough with how you write that I think you cover all the angles off. On like your dentist video was like, I've never actually done a video on that before. But that thing you mentioned, how the awesome part that my Japanese friends in New Zealand would actually get on an airplane and fly to New Zealand, and the air ticket and the dental care in Japan would be cheaper than getting the dental work done in New Zealand.
Yeah.
It's that, which sounds awesome, but then you go for a cleaning, and exactly what you were saying. And I'm busy with work, and they make you come in. They only clean like 3 teeth, and those teeth are like the cleanest teeth I've ever had in my whole life. But the rest of my mouth is still filthy, and I want them to clean it, and you have to book 5 times, and you can't ever complete it, and that really annoys me. I've always thought I've got to make a video about that, but you made that video, and you covered pretty much every angle on it, and it was awesome. So your channel is awesome, your blogs are awesome, your comics are awesome, your books are awesome.
And you're growing quickly.
Yeah, and you have poop on your head.
Yeah, I do, actually. Oh, people are asking what this white thing is. This is a pin of poop. I don't know where my husband got this. This is my husband's poop hat, by the way, in case anyone was wondering. So it's a poop hat with a pin of poop wearing a hat.
Wow. If
I think I actually got this pin at the penis festival thingy, where I met Victor, actually, last year.
Yeah, Victor's always hanging out at the penis festival. I don't know. I don't like to ask about it.
Hey, I'm a model. I'm a professional model there. So.
Yeah. It's this year doing it.
Question. April 4th, you're coming to the Hanami?
Yes. Oh, of course. Totally.
Of course.
Oh, really?
Checking out. Yes.
Are you guys going? Of course. You guys are right.
Well, yeah. I'm trying to get away, but I just had a kid, so we'll see.
That's true.
So I've never had a kid before, so I don't know what the politics are involved.
The thing with that though, as a dude, is that you can only be about 99% sure of that.
Did you go your first year after the baby? You did, didn't you?
I think I did actually, but there was a bit of. But he was born in October, so there was.
Oh, you still have plenty of time.
So I could carry them, and I only showed up like half.
I'm pretty sure I saw you on the Tokyo Kuni live feed, or Tokyo Sam live feed, somebody's live feed.
Yeah, it's funny. My wife was like, "Don't let him near any of the cameras." And I'm like, "Honey, it's a YouTube Hanami."
Oh, honey, yeah, you're just not.
I don't think anyone can spot a baby, like a 6-month-old baby. I've seen that baby before.
Well,
hand it over.
Babies.
Yeah.
Babies.
Yeah, there are some people like that, but that's all. It's all good. But yes, coming from Nagoya on top of everything else, it might understandably be tough this year. But it'll be awesome if you were there, Grace.
I'm going to try to get there. I hope Grace, of course.
Totally.
I know Rachel's going. She's already told me. Rachel's
yay! Woohoo! And I'm bringing husband too because
awesome.
Why not? Yay!
Yeah.
Hey, should we answer some of the questions real quick through the?
Yes.
Right. Some of the questions. So we answer some of the questions. Answer some of the answers. Is Hiko wearing a silver wig and a tutu?
No, I'm wearing a sheet because I'm from New Zealand.
Sweden is narrow-minded. Someone says. I don't know what that means.
If Swedes are narrow-minded, where does that leave the rest of us? Seriously.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, someone asked. None of my books are published with a traditional publisher. I just self-published everything using CreateSpace and Amazon and designed all the stuff myself. So you can do it for yourself. Everything costs like literally less than $100 to get a book out there. So just it's super easy. Go for it.
Oh. What if we want a signed copy?
Not that much work. I'm going to start selling them on my blog. I really haven't gotten around to that because there's a bunch of stuff going on right now, but probably starting next month, I'm going to sell signed copies that are probably cheaper than ordering it on Amazon, and I could ship worldwide. So.
Okay, well, cool. I like a signed copy myself.
Yeah.
But, okay.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Okay.
I think I saw a good porn video once where a girl was wearing a cowboy hat. Okay, that's not really a question though.
Thanks for sharing that, Victor.
Thank you for sharing that.
I thought Detroit was the worst place in America. Detroit is a dump now. I wasn't.
I know that one. I'm sorry.
Do you know the old Take him to Detroit. Do you know that video?
I don't know. Take him to Detroit.
The Chinese kung fu video where they capture the American, and his punishment is take him to Detroit. And he's like, no, anything but that.
Yeah, it's better than Cleveland.
Okay, let's see. Any questions here? Oh, am I the one? Okay, let's see. My background is updated. No big deal. Let's see.
These comments are hilarious.
There were some questions. Oh, what the hell? Argentina is not cheap. Why does she have poop on her head? Why do you have poop on your head?
Because this is my husband's hat, and I was wearing a monkey hat. Somebody said it was racist, so I switched to a poop hat because apparently that's less offensive.
Poop is less offensive.
Oh, somebody asked, I guess it doesn't even matter. I got the Bourne Scholarship, which is like U.S. Department of State for critical something, whatever. They give you a bunch of money to study anywhere. I wrote mine on human trafficking in Tokyo and legalized sex services, and they ended up putting it on the website, my pictures on there and everything.
Wow.
So if you want to go to Japan, you've got to pick something that's dang, because they have so many applicants and applications for Japan, and most people are like, culture or this or that. It has to be something that applies to U.S. security.
Wait a minute. My mind is completely blown now. So you got that scholarship. This isn't this obviously isn't the 13-year-old scholarship from Ghana.
No.
Obviously.
Oh God. No. Oh no, that would be
the sex trafficking in Tokyo. That would be hard to write at that time.
College. I was dating Ryosuke, and he went back to Japan after 1 year, and I wanted to follow him, and so I got the Bourne Scholarship, which paid for everything: housing, transportation, ticket over here, food, university, all that other kind of stuff.
But you did
because
that
the U.S. government is awesome. Yeah, no, I wrote that in America, and then just studied it when I got here. It was really cool.
That'd be. I'd love to. I mean, there's Jake Adelstein, who we've had on the show before as well, is very.
I watched that one, and I read his book, and I liked his book. Yeah, it was really interesting.
He's a character. That guy's a character, and it was really fun going actually to his house.
He's like a fun dude.
He is.
Sweet.
But that's a whole another video actually. I mean that's really interesting as a subject.
Yeah, it's fun to study. Kabukicho's a wonderful place.
Whoa.
Seriously, it's one of my favorite places. I actually had a traumatic experience there that I took ownership of, and I converted. I've actually blogged about it as well. I would go there every weekend just because the fact I was rejected from sex clubs there. I was going to take ownership and discover the good food.
You.
Some Japanese friends thought they'd take me to cheer me up, and it turned out that's when I learned that I wasn't allowed anywhere, and then they left me there.
When my friends come to Tokyo, I just give them the walking tour, like show them the soap lens, the massage parlors, the robot restaurant. That is awesome, and they like take pictures with the robots now. So cool. And just kind of give a scenic tour, like these are the no foreigner signs. This is really sketchy, and you should never go in there. Like, hey, let's learn something new.
Yeah.
But
well, that's also okay. That's kind of cool. No, your coolness scale went up a little bit. Continue with the questions, Victor.
What are the cheapest meat products in Japan? You're from Texas. Texas is known for meat, so we are assuming you know about meat.
The cheapest meat products.
Chicken. Chicken's totally cheap here.
I was going to say chicken McNuggets, but they've been bad.
And they're practically giving them away.
Go like 20 minutes before a supermarket closes and get all their meat that's 50% off, and then throw it in the freezer, and it'll last for 2 or 3 days, so you can just thaw it out and eat it there. Super cheap. It's the best way to save money on meat.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's actually sanitary or not.
What did Grace just say? This is a question. What did Grace just say about legalized sex services?
I did an essay on it, so I got money from the U.S. Department of State to study this in Tokyo. There's legalized sex services here. Like, it's a thing.
Like
don't judge. It happens. I don't know. Yeah, soaplands.
That's all good.
Massage parlors, onsens with a happy ending. Like, I don't know. Look it up. There's some really interesting books about it.
How did you research that?
I'll Google that sometime.
A lot of women have written like personal kind of memoirs about going and working at a hostess bar or something like that. Like there was a woman from Thailand who wrote something about that. Jake Adelson's book, of course, is really interesting. Yeah. There's one book that I packed. Otherwise, I would show it to you, and it's like Japan's sex services or something like that. And it's this thick book of every single thing in Japan. It's crazy. Like there's some stuff that I've never even heard of, and it's like, what is happening?
Stuff out there,
there's a lot of books out there. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have information on your blog on how to publish a book? Or do you have any videos on how to publish a book?
No, but I'm gonna make one soon.
Okay.
You know what?
Now that I've done 2, I'm kind of like
Because
figured it
Mini
out.
UN in the comment section would like to know. So Mini UN, watch her channel, and you will find out soon, hopefully.
And actually, if I can just add a comment on that, there's things like that. There's things that we just do for granted, and when we're doing them, we kind of do them, and we realize lots of people will be interested in this, and I should do a blog on it, and lots of people will do it. And for me, it was like getting permanent residence. I was like, I'm totally going to do a video and a blog about how I got permanent residence in Japan and all the paperwork. And as I was doing the paperwork and all the forms, I was thinking, yeah, keep notes and do this. And I never did it.
I never did either.
But you know,
it's really hard.
But the person who does that video on just how I got permanent residence in an organized, kind of a way, that's just going to be a killer automatic, hundreds of thousands of views. And it's kind of the same with the self-publishing thing. It's something a lot of people do, and a lot of people, when they're doing it, they're thinking, this would be something I should actually share with other people, but not many people get around to it. So you should totally do it, is what I'm saying, and not be like me.
I was reading until I finished the second book.
Yeah.
Yeah. I finished the second book, and so I wanted to wait till that, so I really figured out what worked, what didn't, because with the first book there was a lot of like, what is happening? Is this worth it? Is this... So the first book was like a test, the second book was like, all right, I got this down. Like, I can
Okay.
definitely, yeah.
Cool. Alrighty. Any suggestions to up and coming comic book writers? Would you prefer you call them?
It's not really anime.
Not really anime.
I would just say post your stuff online first. Like, definitely see if there's an interest, which sounds really horrible, but one of the things that gave me the motivation and the courage to go through with the publishing is that a lot of people liked my comics, and a lot of people said that they would buy it if I made a comic book. So, put 50 or 100 of them out online first, bit by bit, and see if people are actually liking it, and build this kind of support system and people who will pre-order or buy your book right away, so that it's kind of all worth it. And don't go into book publishing for the money, because as far as I've heard talking to people, you don't really get rich until like your 5th or 6th book. Maybe if you're lucky, like your 3rd book. I'm totally breaking even with these, but I'm not like rolling in cash. Like, make it rain, woohoo!
Or maybe like dollar bills or something.
Yeah.
But that sounds good too. If you said you won't get rich until your 5th book, I'm like, that's all 5 books. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, Victor will publish it all one day.
Yeah. So no, go for it.
I'm gonna write a book on how to set up a Google Hangout.
Dude, you're the last person to write a book on how to set up.
You couldn't even figure out the first Google Hangout. I don't think you're qualified.
Anybody can do it. That'll be
a comic book about you trying to set up Google Hangouts, and I'm pretty sure that would.
Stick figures.
I might make a comic about this Hangout, guys. Like, you realize that, right?
That would be so awesome.
Okay.
That would be so awesome.
You guys are gonna make a comic.
Please exaggerate all the good stuff.
Yeah.
In our dashing good looks, please exaggerate that.
That makes me feel like I should have said something more patronizing or racist at some point to give you better material.
I remembered it pretty well.
You represented your whole country badly.
Well, we try.
You basically said that all of your countrymen have sex with sheep. I mean, come on.
I don't.
Was that before the started live, or was that okay?
I didn't.
You did a good job. That's all I'm saying.
This is a good show, and for people who want to meet, well, for a start, if you haven't, what's wrong with you? Go subscribe to her and go and follow all of her awesome stuff.
TexaninTokyo.
And Victor, you're going to put the links to her Amazon books under the video information, right?
Of course.
And if you want to meet her and me and possibly Victor, we'll see. Tokyo Hanami, April 4th, Yogi Park. Get all that information, which I guess will be in the video information too.
There's also the Osaka Hanami, April 11th, just in case anyone can't get that far. But if you're close to Osaka, they'll be Unrested, and his crew will be over there.
Yep.
Interesting.
So,
cool.
Awesomeness.
All right.
Thank you for coming on, especially on short notice. It's awesome to get you on. I'm a genuine fan of pretty much everything that you're doing right now, so it's great to get you on, and hopefully we'll get to catch up in person soon, because you're in the big city. So,
for now, at least.
Yes.
Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll be back next. Oh, by the way, next week we've got Sharla.
Ooh, oh no, my
YouTuber.
The celebrity.
Ooh, I'm totally gonna watch that.
I wanted to make sure people understood that we do actually like Canadians. So
I love Canadians and Kiwis. We're like kindred spirits.
Yes. I don't know what that means, but
yeah. Canadians understand that Americans don't.
Hiko Simon's channel, Charlotte at 10:30 p.m. on Wednesday night. So please join us for that.
Well, with fewer technical problems. And yeah.
Hopefully. Oh my gosh.
And see you guys again.
We'll probably start about 10:50, but we'll try 10:30.
We'll try. That's right. Somewhere.
Should be smoother next week.
Don't make promises you can't keep, Victor.
Hiko's in charge.
I'm smooth in every situation.
Next week is all on him. It's all on him.
It's all on me.
Thanks for watching, guys. Next week, we're out. Where's the off button? I don't know how to turn this off. What the hell's the off button?
Dude, first you couldn't
I'm
find
serious. There's no off button.
This is still happening.
What the hell?
Still happening.
It's like a nightmare that doesn't
Still
end.
happening.
I'm not kidding. There's actually
Every week, right?
There's a picture button.
You do this every week. How have you not figured this out?
We've been doing this for 4 years. 4 years and he can't.
You would think so.
I call bullshit. I think you're just yanking on chain.
I think he's just doing this on purpose. I think he wants more comics about this. He's doing it for the comics. Totally.
Well, you know what's going to happen? As soon as we Kaz. Oh, we want Kaz too. As soon as we close this, all the comments will disappear.
I'm gonna read them all then.
All the comments.
People say I rule.
I want to read them. So yes, leave the window open. Don't refresh or leave the window. Just leave it as is, and you can see some of the comments.
Okay, cool. I'll read those tomorrow.
Let's see. There's a camera.
Shut it down, Victor.
Here we go. I got it. Okay, I figured it out. Okay, so thank you. We're signing out now. Good night, guys.
Figured it out. Okay.
Good night, Grace. Good night, Hiko.
Bye.
Bye.